That's going to be terrible
good.
for our watch time. I'm trying to hit 1,000 watch time hours, and we just did that.
Yeah. Well, let's just pack it up.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it has been a couple weeks.
Because of that, there's way too much to cover.
We have to jump ahead, right?
Yeah, there's going to be some... Well, we should mention everything.
Sure.
But, and we just now kind of ran out of clips. I did a couple of TBT clips that I hadn't used before.
Nice.
Anytime we do an interview with somebody that's not one of us, I save it indefinitely in the Opus clip thing. So, but, we still have things from our Taylor Gunner interview we haven't used. Shout out to the queen of social media, Taylor Gunner. And that guy Drogo that I linked up with before he moved to the Philippines. He did like an album release show and then moved to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Kind of indefinitely.
Bold.
I don't know what the...
Yeah.
And I had never met him before that.
Oh, really?
But he lived his whole life like a block away from here. But a mutual friend of ours linked us up to promote that show. But his... I think that was episode 128, maybe. We did it down here. I think one of the twin brothers that run STL Style on Cherokee linked up with me on Instagram to get that guy on the podcast to promote the show. And it must have been summertime because I feel like I was off.
Yeah.
So, God is good. Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week by reminding you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. It's an independent family-run cat rescue, completely non-profit. Every dollar goes straight to saving, rescuing, rehabilitating, feeding, watering actual precious kittens. Blinded by Stereo has a new 10-inch EP out on vinyl. It's also available online. It's some of my best work. I'm all over it. I do the guitar solo on Midnight, so I want you to go listen to that one first. Kits Row has new music coming out. We're in the middle of it right now. I love those guys. They're so easy and polite and fun and whatnot. Kits Row. Breaking. Britney Spears was arrested last Wednesday for a DUI.
Crazy.
Can you hit that link that says details? Had to clear my throat, Jesus. Arrested in California for DUI. Here's the thing. The blood alcohol level at the time of the arrest was lower than the legal limit, but they found a bunch of pills in the car. And so if you're getting close to the legal limit and you're on any kind of pills, the cops would know which pills they were because they were probably for her. I mean, she's probably supposed to have them.
Sure.
She's just not supposed to mix them with alcohol and then operate heavy machinery.
Oh, so that's what it was?
I think that was why she was arrested. Can you tell me what it says there?
Ooh, there's a lot, though.
I don't need all of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out what the points are from it. She was arrested in Westlake Village.
Oh, not the Westlake Village.
Yeah, which is where...
Britney.
That's
where they do it.
That's where they do that.
Westlake. Soleika Salam. Salam. Soleikum. It's not a big deal.
It's like TMZ is so filled with other stuff because it says Brit's run-in with the law comes just after she scored a legal victory when she was granted a permanent restraining order against a Louisiana man who randomly showed up at her LA home.
Yeah, she had a stalker show up. That's been going on too. That's the thing. TMZ has so much going on with her at any given point. They throw it all at you at once, and then you get all these ads for things.
Yeah, it just says that she was arrested for
We're praying for her. I don't condone that kind of behavior. Lord knows, in my drinking days, I made some questionable choices, but I was very...
She was taken to a hospital immediately after she was pulled over.
Yeah, because, you got to make sure she's okay when she's full of pills and Cabernet.
Yeah. To draw blood. That's what it was for.
Right, because they do the blood test to determine... what's in her system right now.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. So I guess there was the erratic driving.
Was she driving erratically?
That's what it says.
Does it say what kind of car it was?
No, not yet.
God, free Daniel. Well, I saw his picture up here. In similar news,
Okay, here's a statement from Britney's manager. This might be
thank
good.
God.
Okay, this was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Hopefully, she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. But that, I mean, also, you know, we just spent all this time freeing Britney, best-selling audiobook of all time, the Britney memoir. Totally ruined my taste for Justin Timberlake. I loved Justin Timberlake's music for decades. And now it all kind of bums me out because he was not as nice as he could have been to Britney Spears. And that's in the book. Oh, it bounced out. Well, I'll take it. I will take that one. In similar news, Shia LaBeouf has been arrested at least twice in New Orleans. Apparently, he's moving there since him and Mia Goth separated, and he's setting up an outpost for his life and his family there. But he moved there right in the middle of Mardi Gras, and so he went out partying and started several altercations. So he got arrested and then came out and did the interview we're going to check out some clips of with Andrew Callahan at Channel 5. And then after that, I guess went back out and got arrested again. So,
for what do we know?
We're going to talk about it. Can we hit the first clip?
Here we go.
Rumble, young man, rumble. Do you ever pray? How do you pray? Do you know how to pray? Let's pray right now.
Okay, how do we do it?
We're going to try right now. So the first step is you got to shut the fuck up, right? And then you just got to listen. To your thoughts. Because when you shut up, the first thing that happens is your ego tries to take control of yourself and you start thinking about the past and the future and all this shit and monologue, and then you get blah, 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 blah. So it takes about 5 minutes to hear something else, which sounds like something else, which sounds like, for me, loving guidance, which sounds something like John Madden.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love that.
It's loving, and it's not like a coach. It's like guidance.
Yeah.
It's like who was Tyson's trainer?
Cus D'Amato.
So you pick a voice, and you got like him, like Cus D'Amato. And it's something like that. You shut the fuck up long enough. You're going to hear your voice.
See, I can't shut the fuck up long enough.
That's the problem, but that's why he's re-emphasizing that so much. Let's look at the next clip. So this is the vibe Shia is on.
Which is like aggressive positivity in a sense, or aggressive. Well, he's trying to pray.
Shia LaBeouf is a celebrity. He's in big movies. So when he pops out and gets busy on the streets of New Orleans, it is big news. We're talking headlines, major mainstream media coverage from the Even Steven star himself. In fact, so much coverage, as a news consumer, it's hard to figure out what the frick is going on. For example, AP News said he was arrested after an alleged fight during Mardi Gras in New Orleans. The Hollywood Reporter said he's been on a bar crawl and that he's terrorizing the city. TMZ just posted a mugshot. Altitude led by saying that he was accused of shouting homophobic slurs at a drag artist during Mardi Gras arrest, which it seems may have been true. Now pivoting to his private life, which apparently is our business. It says here on page 6, Mia Goth wants ex-Shia LaBeouf to go to rehab after Mardi Gras bar brawl arrest. Also page 6, 2 days later saying, shirtless Shia LaBeouf goes for a run, dines alone after being shut out of multiple churches on Ash Wednesday. Yes, you heard that right. The day after getting arrested, Shia tried to go to not just one, but 2 churches. A real man of God. So, as illustrated by all this.
So this is dual in our focus. There's a couple of things that we often cover that this is relevant to.
Is this the first time that Shia has been homophobic, outwardly?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. It feels like it's another stunt. It's like another something that his
just so much of his audience has been from the LGBT community, just because of the era that he came up in. That like I think it's more specific to what he feels like he experienced that day. He's going to talk about it a little bit. At one point, he refers to big gay people touching him.
Oh, that makes him scared. That's the clip that I've seen.
That's the clip he keeps saying, right? And that's him talking about which he would not like me touching him. So this is, I might, if I was hammered in New Orleans, I saw Shia LaBeouf, I might go pick him up, especially if he's a little guy. I might say, "You're so little," and he might jab me, and that would not be cool.
Sure,
I'm not a fighter,
unpredictable.
But that's what he's talking about. Is I think he was drunk in New Orleans and trying to be friendly and talk to everybody, and then I think somebody probably rubbed his shoulder or something, and then he probably got not cool about it.
Yeah,
his personality is very like LA, like Chicano, like vibe, and so go ahead and hit the next clip. So I found that in there. That's a really good recap of everything that happened up before the interview. And I think some of this is in his own words.
How you doing? Bro, I've been having a time of my life. I got some contrition on my heart, you know what I mean? It's not nice to hurt people, ever. It's fucking lame. People got hurt, I gotta deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that in full. I'll eat it all. It was on me. It's not on them. It's on me. I fucked up. It's on me. I fucked up. It's on me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you take responsibility for
1,000%. We're not gonna play games.
Yeah.
But I had a great time.
Definitely. Just like partying at Mardi Gras in general?
More than that. Something further than that. Something like sacred, bro. Something like, joy is sacred, bro. And I don't know. I keep talking like weird, like.
All right, let's jump ahead to the next clip, just because it's more specific to the actual incident that I think involved him getting arrested.
Okay.
No idea, bro. I'll be honest with you, it's probably just my fault, bro. Somewhere. I don't know how. Well, I'm gonna figure it out, dog. You're catching me. This is why it's beautiful. I don't know many people be open to this. I don't have answers yet. You know what I mean? I don't have any answers yet. I'm in the middle of it. I'm on the path. You know what I mean? I don't have answers yet. And usually when people come here, they got answers. I have no answers yet. So I'm in the middle of something. Ask your question one more time.
I guess, what about this particular infringement on your privacy?
I'm a Catholic, bro. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with the. God, be careful. Count me now.
You gotta be careful.
What does that have to do with like you feel like? How does that connect to the?
I don't know. The whole story's not out yet. I don't know what was going on in my head, but it don't matter. I mean, the truth is, I said words not okay to say. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's what I mean by being. I'm a Catholic. I'm not supposed to be out here. I'm wrong for what I did. Is what I'm saying.
How was the experience of going to jail and everything like that?
Oh, cute, like fun, like cute. Whatever, like stupid, cute. Like Mardi Gras.
What was it like at OPP?
What's OPP?
Orleans Parish Prison.
Oh,
man.
Shit! You got all the fucking slick ass names. I don't know, bro. I went in there. I was like, "Hey, let me get a coffee." They're like, "Shut the fuck up! We don't give you coffees out here." So, but they were all nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's okay. So what he's saying is that he said some words that weren't nice, and he's trying to explain himself, but it's hard because he's having an identity crisis. He's trying to say he identifies with being a Catholic, or that he is a Catholic.
Yeah.
And if somewhere in there he wanted to say more, but something was holding him back.
And he will later.
In this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not in the same exact clip, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's later in a later clip. Let's go to moving to New Orleans, because his description of what he's doing and why he's there is weird.
Boom, you're in there, ground news.
You mentioned heartbreak as a major thing.
In my life in general, not now, but yeah, I mean, that's what brought me out here for sure. That's what motivated the move, yeah. I'm out there now, but I was there when I came out, you know what I mean? When I was first buying this crib and all that, yep. That was about 3 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, one of the hard parts about being a public figure of your stature is like all of your personal life is in the media, good, bad, and ugly. I thought you did a pretty good job on the John Bernthal podcast.
Oh, yeah.
By addressing that kind of pipeline that you had from controversy to, I guess, sobriety and getting serious about your life, figuring out what behavior patterns put you in the position to be in positions like the ones that got written about significantly.
Yeah.
Looking back at that whole chapter, as far as the major controversy and everything like that 2 or 3 years ago, how do you look back in the
review?
review?
Twigs and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, she's a good girl, bro. That's a good girl.
But looking back in the rear view, do you feel like working the program after that helps you kind of rectify?
Nah, because the program, sometimes when you get arrested, the court just says, hey, you got to go do this or that to like mitigate charges, So they force you to do like rehab and like go to, anger management. So like, that's not what the issue with me and her was. The issue with me and her had to do with jealousy and bullshit, manipulation, and some stuff she talked about and some stuff that, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
That's my fault too, right there. You know what I mean? That's on me too. It's not on her. That's on me. That's a good.
So this is more accountability that he's trying to possess.
Yeah, the next clip I think gets kind of closer to the issue you were referring to a second ago.
Wait, but I didn't really hear about why he moved to.
I think after his relationship with FKA Twigs, he was then with Mia Goth. They had that daughter together, but then they separated some months ago, and so, he bought a house in New Orleans. Which also, it could be a temporary thing for a specific reason that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned.
For sure.
But sort of some of the problem that I think emerged in the conflict when he was blackout drunk on Mardi Gras in New Orleans, I think it comes up in this next clip.
Oh, okay. Tried calf.
What do you want with the text? It's not my business. You know what I mean? I'm a traditional Catholic. That's okay.
And what's the difference between a traditional Catholic and, let's say, a more progressive Christian?
I really fuck with the Bible.
You believe in hell and stuff?
Yeah.
Who do you think's down there?
Who's down there? Martin Luther.
The man who wrote the Protestant
Martin
Reformation.
Luther's there. Yeah, he's
he
gone.
had the special haircut.
He's gone. That fool's gone.
For denying the divinity of the Pope.
There's a whole lot. We could talk about this. There'll be the whole rest of the interview. I don't want to do that either. I'm not Mel Gibson. I'm not trying to be out here doing that either. God bless you. I love you too. I'm not that guy either. I'm not
love you too. That's assuming that he loves you.
I just really believe in what I believe in. I'm not trying to proselytize nobody. I'm not trying to hold no traditional Catholic line. I'm not some fucking weirdo like that, tight ass fucking. No, none of that, bro. I'm on my relationship. I'm in a full-blown love affair with Jesus. And I believe what I believe.
Yes. One thing you did mention earlier was the certain type of person that craves confrontation when they see you for whatever reason.
Sure.
Maybe they bring up controversy, they want to film you, they want to heckle you. Do you find that is oftentimes a trigger for you to be like, yo, get the fuck out of my face?
God's involved, bro. I'm learning my lessons. You know what I mean? I'm on my path. These people that was involved in this, there's growth that needs to happen. And through them, it will. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at life, you know what I mean? They're a blessing to me. I'm about to learn whatever lessons I'm about to learn. I don't know how long I have to sit, but I'll learn lessons there. This is God. God's involved.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not like
God's involved, Lucius.
Like that. Like I feel like I'm on the path.
He's on the path.
Yeah, so this is just like when Kanye did that gospel album. We're blood of Christ. We're blood of Moses.
I'm in a love affair with Jesus.
I'm in a full-on love affair with Jesus Christ. So I think I don't actually think the homophobia has anything to do with Leviticus.
No,
I think he's a petite gentleman and who hangs out with a lot of like cholo guys. And I think somebody like rubbed his back or his shoulder and he got not cool about it real quick is what I think happened.
Yeah, for sure.
But in his he's planting the seed in case he needs to issue a defense later of any of his behavior that, that specifically for a faith-based reason made him uncomfortable. I don't think that's actually what it is.
No.
But it's that, casual kind of urban homophobia that we confront so frequently. That it's, they trace it back to the teaching of the tradition in the church, but it's usually a lot more quick draw than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
it's a real bummer.
It's a bummer. But it's not like I can see that his like words are moving faster than his mind.
People would have told him not to do this interview. And if he was listening,
I guess he's trying to like explain himself.
If he was listening to anybody that would have said, please don't do Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. He just did Hunter Biden. You're not Hunter Biden. Shia, what about Transformers 9? Hit that next clip. If you don't mind. God damn it.
Talk about something else. What do you think about fondue?
I fuck with it, but it's nasty kind of on me.
I don't fuck with it, not at all.
What do you fuck with?
I like tacos deep. Talk about something else. What do you think about...
That's my favorite moment from the interview. Because it could have been immediately after the clip we just watched. It happened out of nowhere. He's like struggling to communicate a point very delicately.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's talk about something else. What do you think about fondue?
Do you think he's like high as balls or something? Or
I think he's drunk. And I don't know what his relationship is like with cannabis or whatever. So, I mean, definitely I would throw some of that in there. I don't know what the laws are like in Louisiana with the cannabinoids. Florida's still a pain in the ass.
Sure. And it'll continue to be.
I love traveling to Florida with my in-laws. I would never go by myself, but if they want to go, I love going. But the cannabinoid access is just a bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer.
The culture.
I thought you were talking about some weird singer.
No.
Okay. But even those dudes have become caricatures of themselves. The culture doesn't exist anymore. The car culture is gone. The dance culture is gone. The bar culture is gone. It's all gone. It's gone. I know it's gone because I'm firsthand watching it go away. Temple Street in LA used to be a cultural mecca. This is where gang culture first birthed. Temple Street and Glendale. That is the birthplace of gang culture in all of America. Temple Street's the oldest gang in America. This is also socioeconomics.
Right.
So the first gang in America was Temple Gang. And then you have all this weirdo, whatever New York shit they had popping off, the fucking, when you're a jet, you're a, whatever the fuck they were on, you know what I mean? God bless y'all.
West Side Story?
Yeah, West Side. I think that was a documentary.
Real gang culture is Los Angeles. And it's undeniable. It's where it was birthed. You go up and down Temple Street, it doesn't matter. There's no plaques. You walk around New Orleans, there's plaques everywhere. Why aren't there plaques on Temple Street?
Why aren't there plaques for the Latin
Chicano
kings?
Culture that's just getting completely and they got all this ice shit, and it's just getting fucking swallowed, and everything's getting like melted away, and you're watching it happen. And so the LA that I loved was the Chicano culture in LA.
See?
It was the only spirit of LA.
That's a good point that you made as far as like even the expressions of like OG, what would be called car culture. Like when you see meetups, I know what you mean about the caricaturization.
Yeah, it feels like watching Japanese people play Mexicans. Like I remember seeing some stuff in Japan where they're like adopting Chicano culture.
I don't know.
And I feel for them. I kind of
direct from his mouth.
Am also. I'm a Jew. In a way, I'm just like a Japanese Chicano guy. You know, I'm still
He's
like
a Jewish
I'm still
Catholic?
Like a fucking
He's Catholic now, but I think
he was raised
I
Jewish.
want
birthed
so
a
desperately
Jew.
to fit in, bro. I just want to fit in. Which again,
That's the
goes
thing
back to
too.
this
Like Corey
drinking
Feldman
shit.
has this problem where he talks about Jesus a lot, but but it also say, I'm a Jewish kid. I don't believe in angels. I'm like, what is happening? Which is it?
Which is it?
Because in 2028, all these same people will do their next round of interviews and be like, I'm a radical Muslim, like Lindsay Lohan. Let's jump to the next clip. We got so much to get to.
I just remember there was one day where it was like either Epstein does horrible shit or it's you having fun, and it was no.
Right. So if you got to pick, hey man, come with me. I'm the good one.
Yeah, and you're not.
I'm no weird files, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm not no weird files. All my shit's in the street, bro. I'm open hearted. I done fucked up, yes, but you know what I did. You know what I mean? And you know what
He's
I didn't
kind of got the
do,
Morgan Wallen mustache right now too, which is not the move.
Come on, how? Bro, how, bro? Think deductive. What is it called? Deductive logic, deductive
Reasoning?
rationale, deductive reasoning.
Yeah, there
deductive
he goes.
reasoning.
There he goes.
So work your way back.
in terms of
My whole life.
Yeah.
You'll know them by their fruits.
do you like?
I think Wayne
I wanted to
Gretzky
talk
said
about some
that.
old shit.
Go ahead, bro.
The He Will Not Divide Us project.
Come on, dog.
I was just thinking today. I was like, that was Shia,
Yeah.
and you were kind of ahead of the curve on that.
Hey, bro, different time, different spirit, different everything, just everything. And I wasn't wrong. He didn't.
You don't think Trump divided us?
No. It depends on your sensibilities. I still
Right.
stand
It
by
would
the statement I
depend
put
mostly on that, I think.
On the sense, yeah.
I think now that you mention it, it could be, if you have sensibilities, maybe you feel divided over. But if you
Yeah.
don't have any
If
sensibilities,
you have no sensibilities,
it's
we're
Bourbon Street,
together.
baby. All my
Yeah.
shit's in the street. I
Yeah.
fuck with tacos deep. I think next we get some vision on what his plans are, which may refer to exactly why he's in New Orleans.
What is the most fertile ground for spirituality? If you were to set up your life right now, Andrew, and say, hey, by Monday next week, I need to have a better relationship with God, what would you do?
I would say it would be disconnection from all superficial sources of gratification, even things like food and water, technology. Obviously, you would need to break fast at some point, but depriving yourself of the things that you use to distract from interest.
Something like prison?
Yeah, quite similar to prison.
Exactly.
But that would be the voluntary choice to reach that.
Yeah, but
moment of
see, but that
spiritual
voluntary choice, sometimes for the stubborn ones, God don't give a fuck about what you think. He's got to beat me into it, dude. I'm never going to choose it. He's going to beat the fuck out of me until I get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm with him.
No, I know what you mean. Sometimes it's like learning from mistakes simply isn't enough.
No, not for me. That's for smart people.
Yeah. I know what you mean. There are some people that need to be taught the hard way.
Yeah, bro, that's just what it is.
And do you ever think that'll happen to yourself?
I'm in it right now. We're in it right now. What do you mean? We're in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it would be crazy for me to ask you about your plans for the future because you're just really in this present moment.
I don't give a fuck about the future. I care about my kid.
That's the number one thing.
That's it. Only her. Yeah, I don't care about my kid. And right now, I got a good thing going. So
nice.
Right now, she's in L.A. I just got out of jail in New Orleans. I'm thinking about my kid right now.
Well, at least from this point forward.
Yeah.
In this interview. Oh, he gets arrested again after this interview.
That's the thing. So he goes to New Orleans, buys a house, goes out on Mardi Gras, gets arrested, does this interview, goes back out. No. Gets arrested the first time, goes out the next day, tries to go to service for Ash Wednesday, and apparently nobody will let him in. And then he does this interview.
Wait, nobody would let him in?
Apparently. Because the headlines were all that he was terrorizing the city. He was on a bar crawl, and he was starting fights all over town.
Oh, he probably came in like, give me some, I'm a Catholic. I want to be... Yeah.
Yeah. And he was Catholics in jail in New Orleans on Mardi Gras. So he was in the drunk tank with like 70 people.
Yeah.
The rest of that day. And then he goes immediately out the next morning, can't get in anywhere on Ash Wednesday because he probably smells like he was in jail, drunk all night. That would suck to have to do Ash Wednesday in New Orleans. You'd probably have tons of drunk people trying to come up and get dabbed up. We don't have to do that next one. Who cares?
Okay.
I'm over it. So we got celebrities are getting arrested. We got to wrap it up. Since last time we did the show, we apparently started an excursion, they're calling it, with Iran. See, I think the word incursion, which is the correct word, doesn't test well because we used incursion so much with Iraq and Afghanistan.
And define that for me.
Okay, so incursion is a temporary military occupation or strike like we're doing in Iran. Where we don't control the land in Iran, but we are operating there currently and messing things up. That's an incursion. The administration keeps calling it an excursion. We're doing a little excursion. And I don't think it's just because they're dumb, because it's multiple people using the wrong word. I think they're intentionally not using the word incursion because I don't think it focus groups as well.
Oh, sure.
Because that was used too much during the Bush era war that carried over into the latter three administrations. So it started early morning of February 28th, which was a Friday or a Saturday, which is, I think it was a Saturday. I think it was overnight because I was still up. Friday nights, I stay up really late because it's the first night all week I could stay up.
Sure.
And so I was like just looking for something to do. I was kind of piddling around, cleaning up down here, and I was playing Helldivers, and I'd get tired of that for a second. There's this guy, Steve, that does agenda-free TV on YouTube where he just live streams and he pulls different camera feeds of different breaking stories and stuff that's happening. He didn't sleep for like 5 days after this thing started, the poor man.
Oh, yeah.
He was on all the time. And I just had hit my homepage on YouTube to see what was going on, and I saw he was live like again at like 2:30 in the morning. It's because we were striking Iran.
Oh.
Which used to be like a joke. It's like we never would want to go to war with Iran. I used to show this documentary that's really dry and really hard to get through, but it's really great information on the history of the whole region of the Middle East and their relationship with global politics and military technology and all this stuff. And so during the Bush administration and the, war on terror, we were very careful not to provoke Iran. There's even a storyline in a Batman comic where Iran sends a representative to the United Nations for the first time, and it's the Joker. And he's like trying to threaten a ransom out of the United Nations because Iran has a nuke. So it's in the lexicon. I mean, they were like our next big theoretical enemy after Russia, like especially near the end of the second half of the Cold War. Iran was a delicate subject for us. I don't think it's a really bold thing that we're engaging in a direct conflict with Iran. I think it's actually a really dumb thing. The obvious choice is to say, oh, no other president has ever done this. No other president would have ever had the balls or whatever. But it could also just be really dumb. And what happens when you fill a cabinet with people that don't necessarily have the experience or the diplomatic prowess to navigate through this crisis?
They're just, I don't know the intricacies.
Yeah.
What I do feel is that it's all about putting Trump's name on something. It's all about being like the guy.
And do you remember when we were kids, they spent months, maybe a year, maybe more, arguing for the reason why after 9/11 we should go attack we should go attack Iraq. And they had to make a case. Like, they had to go on C-SPAN, and it's a famous moment where Colin Powell takes the shitty intelligence that maybe Saddam Hussein bought yellow cake uranium from Africa, which also didn't totally happen.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do that, and they kind of pressured him into doing it. And that was like the thing that got us over the hump of, yes, Congress will give the president authority and money to take troops into Iraq and do all the stuff that we did there. That's usually how this is supposed to work. This time around, it seems like Benjamin Netanyahu texted Donald Trump and said, let's do it. And then Pete Hegseth said, sure. And they chose to, this is exactly...
He said, sure, are we not the Department of War?
Yeah, we're the Department of War. Let's fire it up.
We're the Department of Offense.
I just spent $100 million on ribeyes. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
I mean, guys, and
they spent like $5.1 billion in one day.
These are not people that are revolutionizing or transforming or transcending their roles. They're doing dumb things. These things are dumb.
They're living their version of the American dream.
Yes.
And it's not a lot of others.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to spend $150 million on prime USDA ribeyes.
Yeah. But thank God that, Nancy down the street can't get her medication, or that Larry's going to die because he can't get...
Yeah, give the people their knee operations. If you want to go bomb Iran with no approval... Can my poor sweet mother get a new knee for not $100,000 for the love of God, for example? In the initial strikes, the supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei was killed, which is a huge aggression and insane and nuts. And then also a lot of their current and former leadership, their former president, who had like a Mark Hamill haircut, you would recognize him if you saw him, was also killed. So he's not coming back. The guy who has now finally assumed power after there was a vacuum for several days is the Ayatollah's son, who's a middle-aged guy and much more of a hardline conservative in Iran and their politics and theocracy and whatnot. And so that's not like the CIA approved installation they may have been hoping for. Also, when you attack a place like Iran, I've learned this week. Like in America, if you shoot the president, there's a line and a plan that's in our founding documents or there are amendments therein that describes what you're supposed to do. In a place like Iran, if you completely carpet bomb all of their top leadership, there's not somebody that's going to drive into Tehran and say, okay, it's my turn, I'll take over. It's a very destabilizing thing, and you create all these regions that are self-governing, which is what I think Netanyahu wants. Netanyahu wants to completely destabilize and fail Iran as a state, so that they can start stealing Iranian territory and resources. And I think he probably, from what I'm reading, threatened to use nuclear weapons that they're not even really supposed to have on Iran if the U.S. didn't support this initial excursion, which is what they're calling it, because I think incursion doesn't test as well, even though grammatically completely incorrect. Melania chaired a UN security meeting. That was really weird. Can we look that up?
Yeah.
Can you highlight that? I have to pee again. I'm so sorry. I could jump ahead a second in post.
All right.
But if you want to pull up, you can even just ask it, like, why? Why did she do that? Because it's been like a week. Come in here!
So she was there to preside over a session on children, technology, and education in conflict.
What? It's not even about Iran? Well, I guess that makes me feel better. Because Melania doesn't know anything about Iran.
It was scheduled before the United States and Israel.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't that great for timing? She can't catch a break. Remember the Epstein files dropped the same day as her documentary?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody is not looking out for the First Lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so unrelated.
So this is like unheard of to have this happen.
What, the First Lady?
Yeah, to have... Right.
Yeah. She doesn't want any part of that shit. I have no idea what the forward plan is on that. Right now, the big story is 20 million daily barrels of oil travel is disrupted. We're having this whole problem where places like Iraq and Syria and places like that, they have nowhere to store their oil because we demand that they produce so much oil for the global oil economy machine. But it usually goes right out the door. They're moving literally 20 million barrels a day on a normal day through the Strait of Hormuz. But with the military conflict and Iran striking all of our allies and bases within reach of them, that whole area is shut down right now. So technically, in a literal way, it takes a long time for that to filter down into gas prices in real time. But the whole gas price is based off oil futures. So... And the problem is, if you shut a well, I've learned all this week.
Yeah.
If you shut an oil well because you have nowhere to put the oil you're sucking out of the ground, it takes months to get it back up to full capacity, even if you reopen it tomorrow. So they've had to do that with some of their key oil wells in Iraq for sure and other places. And I'm sure we have an interest in Iraqi oil. I'm sure that's a part of why we were there. So this is a big problem. And because it most immediately affects diesel prices, which most immediately affects trucking and shipping and whatnot. So it's going to be like the tariff crisis all over again, although this time it's about operating costs for shipping and fuel expenses, literal just the,
Right. Just to drive.
So that's the big thing that's been crazy right now. It was this past Monday, oil prices had started to plummet in the NASDAQ the night before. And so waking up Monday morning, waiting for the market to open, everyone was like, that's what everyone was watching. And it's, because of an illegal military excursion that's not even approved by Congress. Congress has approved everything. I mean, Congress has approved all kinds of military operations, even if they were unpopular or unnecessary. I mean, it wasn't illegal for us to go to Vietnam at the time.
Do you think if Elon's deal with the Tesla with Trump, if that deal would have gone through as they wanted to, which is, I think, electric cars for everybody, just like transgender for everybody, that we would be
transgender
everybody Tesla
public school teach your kid to be homosexual.
Would we have to fight over the oil if we were all driving electric cars?
Yeah, because they need the oil to make the cars and to ship the cars.
Yeah, and
to make the plastic body of the car is petrol based.
That's true. Yeah,
but I saw a 2022 interview of some billionaire guy who looks like shit, and he was saying that oil is infinite and naturally produced by the earth.
Oil is infinite?
He said oil is constantly being produced by the earth. We would have run out by now.
Yeah, because I'm when you said 20 million a day.
20 million barrels a day is just what travels through the Strait of Hormuz, which is the harbor right there by where this shit is happening in Iran that we started without congressional approval.
So it's just the shipping. It's not they're not producing 20 million.
Well, because here's the problem. Iraq uses the Strait of Hormuz to export its oil. Iraq has been, let's say this is just Iraq, right? For example, just for the conversation.
Sure.
If Iraq is producing 20 million barrels a day, they may not even have anywhere to store 1 day extra.
Yeah.
That's their full capacity for the last several years, is they're exporting millions of barrels of oil a day. If the military closes the port, once all the ships are full, once all my storage facilities that I normally rely on are full, I'm stuck. I have to close the well.
Yeah.
And it takes months for the well to get back up to its normal productivity. And this is what the show Landman is about. Starting a new well, getting it going, getting everything operating safely is really challenging.
That seems crazy to say that oil is infinite.
Well, that's what that guy was saying.
And who's that guy?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't nothing, but like I always figured that it is finite.
Well, and I took a class in college where we read this book about what we call peak oil, which is because we have this relationship with oil, and because all of the oil prices and stuff are based off of what we call oil futures, which is not really like what the oil costs right now, but it's about what it could cost in the near to somewhat near future. The problem becomes the panic. I mean, it's like any other kind of market, really. But also the idea that, let's say the Earth has been producing oil for millions of years. Nobody ever used to use it until like 200 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We used to kill whales to make oil from whale blubber, which is delicious.
Delicious.
A little soy sauce, baby. And so if you look at that relationship, we've only been drilling for oil for a couple of 100 years. And so even though there's tons of it, because nobody used it for the several million years it was underground, eventually there's going to come a point where we're not out of oil, but we're going to be slowly losing our capacity to extract oil from the earth over time in a way that's going to be really destabilizing. And living through that transition from peak oil, where today is the day we pump the most oil we're ever going to pump again, to there's no more oil, that process is really challenging if you don't plan for alternatives. Huge problems with electric cars. I mean, you can't drive a Tesla. You can't own a Tesla all year round in Colorado. Lithium-ion batteries really don't like the cold. Michigan, you don't want a Cybertruck in Michigan for at least half the year.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So there's those problems. I mean, Priuses even have this problem. You have some very progressive, environmentally friendly people that live in Colorado, and a lot of them still just drive full petrol Subarus because it's just what makes sense.
Full petrol.
Full petrol. That means gas, bitch.
I'm full petrol.
I used to drive a 2005 Mercury Grand Marquis.
Yeah.
Full petrol.
Full petrol.
Full petrol, baby.
Full of it.
Power windows.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell. It's a luxury machine. It was a smooth daddy.
Yeah.
So a big part of what people are talking about is Trump just went ahead and started this war illegally because of all of the concerns with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. I couldn't remember what it stood for.
Sure.
And in this time that we've been participating in this illegal excursion in Iran, the Clintons both testified in what was supposed to be a closed hearing. They then released the videos of the depositions later, and really nothing came of it. Mostly they didn't know Jeffrey Epstein did any of this stuff. They didn't see anything. Really dramatic. Now, we've discovered in the 3 million plus files that we've been talking about that have been totally released, when Congress members went Rokana and Thomas Massey went to go observe the unredacted files, they discovered many of them were still redacted. And then once they got those redactions cleared, they discovered about 50 pages that had been released initially, though redacted, were now removed entirely so they couldn't be forcibly unredacted. And those files include things that have been coming out this week about the president and some of his experiences related to Jeffrey Epstein and some of their alleged victims. Omissions. If you're going to take a file out of these releases, the EFTA says, which is the law, says that there has to be a documented reason for the omission. There have been none of those.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, around the globe, lots of people have been arrested or fired or both for their participation that's been revealed in just the files that we've seen, just the stuff that's been unredacted, that's been available to the public. Other governments have no problem prosecuting. But this is what we were talking about. Trump signed the law to release the files because he knew his FBI and his DOJ would trickle push all the stuff out and cause all of these speed bumps, and he knew that they could just defy judges' orders because they've been doing that the whole time anyway for other reasons.
Yeah.
Same approach with the excursion in Iran is the concept of let's just do it. And we'll keep doing it until they really figure out a way to stop us. Because just saying, hey, you can't do that is obviously not effective.
Sure.
A lot of people are calling it the Epstein War.
Ooh.
It seems like what people on the internet are arguing is that Netanyahu is using the information Jeffrey Epstein had on Trump to get Trump to support Netanyahu. I don't even want to say Israel because he doesn't even really represent ideologically all of Israel, but Netanyahu's imperialist agenda in the region is a lot easier if he has Donald Trump's support, and he can leverage Donald Trump's support potentially through stuff that we don't even know about from Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I hate to take you on the whole trip. That's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, there were three real estate brothers that just got arrested for
from selling Sunset.
For trafficking, sex trafficking. Yeah.
This is crazy too. My uncle was married to a lady for a while who spends a lot of her life working on this issue of the sex trafficking of young girls.
Yeah.
But she was doing this professionally when I was in high school. So, are you 09 or 2010?
9.
So, when we were in high school, she was doing this already. But back then, we didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
Yeah, who's this again?
This lady that used to be married to my uncle.
Oh, okay.
And she's fine. I mean, it's not her fault. But she's always worked in nonprofits that work to expose and resolve, I guess, in some way, the sex trafficking of young girls. But this was way before we knew about any of this stuff. And it was such a big issue to her, and I just didn't know where she even had heard about it or whatever. And then now, what is it, 15 years later? Jesus.
17.
Oh, don't.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
17 years later, it's like all anyone talks about. I mean, this monstrosity of darkness that exists all around us, apparently.
All around us. The exposure to the devil.
Let's hit some dumb news.
All right.
What time are we at?
48.
Oh, perfect. For example, teacher allegedly punches woman in face during rotisserie chicken dispute at Sam's Club. I believe that's local.
And then she said, I'm going to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, if you think you're coming in between me and the chicken I was going to eat just in the car on the way home to make dinner. I didn't follow up on that. I just thought that headline said everything we need to know. It bummed me out that they addressed her as a teacher.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't on the clock when she did this. She was in the Sam's Club.
Yeah.
She was, unless they were on a field trip, you can leave my vocation out of this.
This is allegedly as well.
This is also allegedly. Jason Hughes, a 40-year-old math teacher in Georgia, killed by students in a rolling prank. Wife also teaches geometry at the same school.
That was really sad.
That is a real bummer.
Yeah.
And that's only 5 years older than me. This could happen to me.
It seemed like it was a freak accident.
I'd really...
Because the guy fell.
Yeah.
The guy fell.
And it wouldn't have happened the same way if that hadn't happened. I don't think they wanted to hurt anybody. But this is why, this is the hardest thing I've learned in the past couple of years to try to communicate to children, especially, is that, guys, I'm not trying to take the fun away. I'm not trying to control you. But I can't just react to bad things that happen. We also have to try to prevent bad things from happening. So playing like you're going to drive into somebody, even if you know that the way you have it planned out in your mind is completely safe, is not a good idea.
Yeah. Is that something that happens at your school?
No, my kids don't drive yet.
Okay. Yeah, because they were rolling his house is the quote that they used in the thing. Was like, but they were TPing the house.
Oh.
They were TPing the house.
Oh.
And he came out.
I thought it was some kind of prank, like they were going to act like they were going to drive into him or something.
I don't know. From what I heard, they came over to TP the house and he knew that they were coming and wanted to go out and like surprise them and stuff. And they were trying to get away, like, because, and then he fell.
In front of their car.
In front of their car, and the kid accidentally ran over him.
Yeah.
So
that's horrible.
The wife doesn't want to press any charges because she knows it was an accident.
She understands what happened.
And because of the relationship that he had with the kids. Like,
those
he loved them.
kids
they loved
too.
each other.
Yeah.
It was like, I guess,
That's a bummer.
It's a really big bummer.
I'm going to raise it up in prayer. Can you hit that link on Hampton Red Roof? Out here by me, there's a Red Roof Inn as you get off the highway. Something happened there.
Homicide suspect found dead.
Oh, God. So what happened is the police are looking for a guy, and then they find him, but now he's dead, too. At the Red Roof Inn, just near my house. I feel kind of bad. A friend of mine was going through a hard time a couple years ago, I think. Maybe a little bit less time. And she was coming to town and needed a place to stay. And I said, well, let me just get you a room at the Red Roof by me for now, for the weekend, so that until we figure everything else out, because it was all happening kind of quick. But then she got there and she said, I'm really sorry, but I really cannot stay here. It's crazy. And I said, baby, I'm sorry. Get out of there. And because this is what happens at a Red Roof Inn. When I was a kid, a Red Roof Inn was a nice place where you could bring your dog. If you're traveling with a dog.
It's a great place for a slumber party.
Now, people from all over the world live in the Red Roof Inn scattered across the Midwest, kind of full-time. And sometimes they commit crimes, and then sometimes they die in that Red Roof Inn, which I'm not for. Nancy Guthrie is still missing. The reward is up to $1.2 million. The whole story is really crazy. You can't really trust anything anybody says. Nobody knows anything. I mean, it's really insane. Let me just see if there's an update on that from today. I haven't looked. But some reports that she was perhaps taken south of the border to Mexico after being kidnapped. My problem is that if she doesn't survive this experience, they may never find her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, finding her deceased is a tragedy, but you could start to build closure around that. Not knowing if she's deceased and then never finding any evidence is a real bummer.
Yeah.
It's that makes it that much more difficult, I would imagine. Am I wrong?
No.
Who's with me?
Amen.
Sheriff warns Nancy Guthrie suspect could absolutely strike again, hints at motive. Oh. That's new. Let's see what he said here. She stopped by to visit her colleagues at the Today Show, I believe, off camera, and that was really positive to them. We believe we know why it could strike again. 40 days. 40 days!
Since she's been missing?
Yeah, shared an update. Has been ongoing since the 84-year-old was reported missing from her home in Catalina Foothills, Arizona, on February 1st. I can't believe it's been that long. Could strike again. Residents should remain on alert. We believe it was targeted, but we're not 100% sure of that, so it should be silly to tell people, don't worry about it, you're not his target. Don't think that for a moment because it happened to the Guthrie family, you're safe. Keep your wits about it. He just means they could strike again in the area. They don't have any new evidence. They always do that. Oh, my God. Global Elder Fraud Network dismantled in St. Louis.
Interesting.
That's that next hyperlink there. We hear about this all the time. The elderly are the most frequently targeted in these scams involving the telephone and the internet and call centers, and give me $240 on your Visa card so that I can save your computer from viruses. It happens every day, all over the place. And apparently they busted some people for participating in a scam of this nature, and it uncovered several of them in a network scam operation located right here in St. Louis, which is a mixed bag. I don't want to say I'm proud of that. I love, my hometown making it in the news, but I don't want to create a safe haven for scammers.
The way these usually start is a pop-up window on your computer saying your accounts have been compromised.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Can you hit that next link? This one was actually really crazy. I go to this restaurant all the time. Woman charged after firing shot at employees inside Kirkwood restaurant. The Wasabi Sushi on Kirkwood Road, right there in the middle of Kirkwood. Used to be Culpeppers when I was a boy. Then it was 5-Star Burgers. It's been a lot of things. And a lady had an altercation with the wait staff. And at one point she's screaming at them. She throws a miso soup. And then she retrieves a gun from her purse and fires a shot inside the restaurant that goes through the wall and compromises the integrity of one of their refrigerators.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. And then she left, and then the police arrested her down the street. So does it say what she was charged with?
First-degree assault, armed criminal action, unlawful use of weapon, first-degree property damage, and endangering the welfare of a child.
Yeah, because her child was right there, like in front of her.
She said her sister's food had been prepared wrong, which caused her to become angry.
Well, that explains it. Let her go.
Yeah. Then threw food in the chair and employee. Then took out a gun and said, "You're going to get it," before firing a shot at the employee.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
It's a corporate-owned sushi restaurant.
Yeah. That's next level.
Unhinged. More problems. Scathing report of special school district by the Department of Justice. Special school district is a thing we have in St. Louis where there is a network of specifically certified educators who are employed by the special school district of St. Louis, and then they are placed in all of our public schools to meet the federally mandated needs of students with identified disabilities or modifications or what have you. It's historically been a pretty effective program in addressing the IDEA since 1990, I believe, when that was passed, making sure that their supports are in place. You have a specialist who knows exactly what the kids need and how to document everything properly and whatnot. Some of my favorite colleagues in my career in St. Louis public schools have been SSD professionals. However, apparently some of the practices observed by the DOJ in some cases are not in line with the intention of the law. The intention of the law is for students to be learning in their least restrictive environment, being as often as they can have a normal classroom experience like all the other kids. You need to entitle them to that. Apparently they're overusing isolation and restraint in several of their schools, which I'm not for.
Yeah.
I also, it's just a real problem. I mean, if they really dig into this issue, I don't think vastly as a system, the majority of the needs are being met the way they're supposed to be met.
Yeah.
So that could lead to some of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you have a really high need student, keeping them in their own kind of controlled, more neutral environment may seem like the right thing to do, especially if they have, emotional reactions to other students or student behavior or what have you. But that's really not what the law wants. The law does not want them to spend the majority of their time isolated from their peer group. So that's a problem. And they're already facing a multi-million-dollar budget deficit. And my very first principal is their new superintendent. So he's got his hands full, and I'm going to pray for him. My God. And the city of Riverview is a somewhat newly incorporated municipality in North County. And they elected a mayor, I think maybe for the first or only second time. And he's in jail for assault and illicit abuse material. And so that's not a good look. It reminds me of Reno 911. Every now and then George Lopez would pop in as the mayor, and he's always like about to be indicted, and he's like sweating, but he's like, you guys are my guys, you're my team. But he's like in a suit, but he looks hungover, but he's sweating. He's like, and if I go down, we all go down. You know, and that's how I feel like in this situation.
Sure, yeah.
If you got here's our new municipality, cut the ribbon, here's our first mayor, and he's in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, we got him. Oh, fuck.
First mayor?
I think it's that municipality's very first mayor, and he's immediately in jail. So, this is why we can't have nice things. Speaking of which, former St. Louis University basketball player indicted in gambling scheme. So one of our favorite basketball teams here locally at the university level is St. Louis University. It's the old Jesuit college here, and the Billikens are a basketball team you may see play when college stuff is happening. Apparently one of their former players has been indicted in a gambling scheme. I don't know how this still happens because they've made so much of the gambling legal now.
Right.
So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, what the scheme is.
You want me to hit it, or are you going to hit it?
It won't say...
You won't say what it is?
The link is broken. It just says something went wrong.
Piss. Oh, yeah. Not a big deal. But, guys, there's legal ways to gamble. None of them are sponsoring this show today, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about those, but for the love of God, keep your nose clean, folks. Once again, we want to thank you for stopping by Jacob V Weekly. I have an infant to go pick up, so I'm not going to stretch the hour too much, but Blinded by Stereo on all platforms, Kits Row. Go see what's going on with No Antics. We still love them. I don't know. I just haven't been in. I think two of them are on vacation together right now. So who knows?
Apparently bribe payments.
Oh, bribes. Guys, bribes are still illegal, guys.
Yeah.
Bribes are bad. So stupid. Bribing. After going to the St. Louis University, you're going to do a bribe. JacobV.com. Make sure you're following us on whatever your preferred clip platform is. Trying to get those watch hours up.
Get them up.
It's free to you. There's tons of new music happening on Patreon. I've been making instrumentals on my little keyboard over there.
Oh, awesome.
Just with my computer, and I have like Prince's drum machine as a plug-in. So
cool.
I've been doing that. So patreon.com/JacobV. Lucius, I love you.
Love you.